Hello and a really warm welcome to this presentation from Pluralsight. My name is Andrew Mallet, and you know what? I'm going to be your instructor to help guide you through the module where we take a look at configuring email servers. Now, you probably already know that we're working through on our Ubuntu 20.04 systems, so we're going to be taking a look at managing mail. To begin with, we're going to add a message transfer agent, an MTA. This is a service that we probably already know listens on TCP port 25. We'll be installing Postfix as our MTA, although there are other MTAs that are available, such as Exim. We'll be installing a simple mail client. With this, we can access local mail that's on our same system. And it's going to be useful because even with just local email on the one server, we can automate some of our administration tasks. But of course, we are also going to need remote access to our email. That's what email is really about. So whether we're sat in the office or whether we're sat at home, we're able to send and receive our email. So we'll be installing the Internet Message Access Protocol, IMAP. There are other protocols such as POP3 that we could use as well. Dovecot will be the service that implements this protocol. And of course, there's a secure version of IMAP, IMAP-S. Now, we've also been working with DNS. For most of this, we're not actually going to need our DNS entries because we're not sending from outside of our messaging domain. But of course, if people from outside of your organization needs to be able to send messages to you, they need to be able to resolve the address of the mail servers for your organization. And that's done through DNS MX records. Now, we're going to begin with very simple email, and this is just local email on our Linux server. But even that can be really good, and we'll see how it can help in automating our administration tasks. Our scenario is going to be, of course, we're working with Ubuntu 2. It's going to stick being our server. So it's going to be the Postfix MTA and our Dovecot IMAP and IMAP-S server. We'll be installing later on the Mutt mail client onto Ubuntu 1, and we're going to use that then to connect to our mailbox on Ubuntu 2. The first thing then is installing our message transfer agent, our MTA. And let's say there are many MTAs that are available. We're going to be installing Postfix. But we're also going to put on mail utils. This will give us our simple mail client. When we list our listening ports, we're going to be able to see that we are listening on port 25. We will be listening, depending on how we answered our questions during the installation, we will be listening on IP version 4 and IP version 6 to port 25. We can then use the mail client, so we're sending to the vagrant user, that's going to be ourselves in our scenario. We can set the subject. We've got the carbon copy, the CC. We can leave that blank, and then we type a message. Once we've finished, hit a new line, and then use Control and D to get outside of the message. We'll look at other ways we can send messages as well. Now, when we go into our mail, we'll be able to see the message that has been delivered to our mailbox. The message has been sent to Postfix. Postfix has resolved where the mailbox is, and it's placed the message in our mailbox. To see how we can put this together to make things work for us, we can go through and run df-h, looking at the free space of our root partition. We send the output of this to free.txt, just a text file. If that succeeds, then we can mail the root user. We can specify the subject, and the subject is going to be disk-free based on the current date. And we can read in the file that we previously created. Now, that's been sent to root, so to read that, we can use sudo and mail, and we'll be able to see then that we've got our new message sitting there. Now, obviously, we can run it from the command line like this, or this could be easily automated as a cron job. But anyway, I think we need to look at some of this, don't you? Come on, let's go through in our next clip and see if we can find ourselves a command line to be able to work with. You'll need your Ubuntu 2 system up and running.